Did you know that playing video games with your regular old-fashioned chair can lead to low scores, back pain, and even death? Oh no! My scores are low, my back hurts, and now I'm dead! But you don't have to live in fear, because now you can get the Dowinx 6689 gaming chair! My scores are better, my back doesn't hurt, and now I'm not dead! Thanks, Dowinx! Dowinx gaming chairs. Now you don't have to die to game. Well, hello there, real gamers and gatekeepers. Retr0Rob here, coming to you right in your living room or your bedroom, or yeah, I don't want to think about really where you're watching this. But anyway, today I've got another gaming chair unboxing, assembly, and thoughts video for you. This time it's from a company called Dowinx, and they make some unusual looking chairs. I think you'll agree. I'll try and flash up some of their chair examples here, but they look like nothing else really. They're just kind of unusual, and that's how they're making their name now. But anyway, they sent me one for review, so I'll show it to you here. By the way, if you want to save 12 bucks, I've got a link down below. You can use that if you're interested in these. I don't have a heck of a lot more to say, so we might as well get to the unboxing. Alright, time to start unboxing. I do want to point out that this is LS6689 in gray, if you're looking for this particular chair. And note that it's born for the comfort, just like I am. Alright, it does warn me right here not to use a box cutter, so I'm totally not using a box cutter. I'm using a special unboxing tool. So, yeah, totally believe that one. Come on, you. And seriously though, if you use like a big box cutter, you're gonna cut through and maybe get some cloth, so don't do that. It's probably good enough. Alright, as always, I'm working on a wood floor. I usually use these for padding underneath the pieces I'm pulling out. Recommend you do that. Here's what I'm talking about with the pattern on it. It's actually pretty fancy. And we'll take that out of the bag and everything shortly. The pillow, what do they call that? I'm trying to remember the name of it. It is called, crud. I don't know, some kind of back pillow though. And there's that guy. And put that aside. Got the arms. And they have a choice of different arm designs. I went with that one just because I've liked it in the past. Base piece, I'm not gonna worry about scratching the floor since it's already encased. It's got this Dowinx. Look at that little manual. What do you think of that? Classy. It's got a user guide. And piece of cardboard, footrest. Set that aside. And then we got the base. It's large and heavy. That's one of the things I liked about this. This is nice looking. Here we go. And we'll look at that closer in a little bit as well. And what else is in here? Come on. I have a tool for dealing with this. It's another arm, wrapped slightly differently. It's odd. Got your neck pillow. Oh, you know what that's called? I just remember what this is called. It's called a lumbar support. There we go. Lumbar. Which is not my favorite kind of bar, but, you know. All right, these are the mechanics for the underside of the chair. And I'm gonna set those on that padding there. And I think we're on the last thing. I'm gonna guess this is where all the screws and fittings are. Yes, here we go. And we've got the rollers and the covers for everything, and I hear, there we go. Yep. That's marked and branded, by the way. All right, let's start putting this puppy together. Okay, so the manual does have a step-by-step instruction set in it. Here we go, and we will be going through this step by step. So let's start with step 1. All right, for step 1, we will need the base, the wheels, the gas cylinder, and the gas cylinder cover. Okay, something to note about the gas cylinder cover. See how I'm doing this? That means it's up the right way. If you have it wrong, this will slide out. So just make sure you got it so it does this. All right, first things first, we'll put the wheels on. And here we go. Wheel. Come on, you. And again, sorry if I go off center at all. I'm looking at the item, not really at the camera. Another wheel. Another wheel. Flip it over. Shock goes button up. There we go. And then we put the cover on it. Here we go. Gas cylinder cover, gas cylinder, wheels, and the base is now together. On to step 2. All right, here's step 2. We're going to attach the lift mechanism to the base. Note right here, this is actually the seat. Sorry, I shouldn't have called it the base. It's the seat of the chair. Notice that I have the front facing this way. You can tell the front because, of course, the levers are in the back here. The hinges are in the back here, and this is facing forward. I do have this on an extra piece of padding because I have these up a little bit because this one will not spring back until it's assembled. So you kind of need to keep it this way. So don't wreck your floor. Make sure you got your padding is what I'm saying. Note that the screws are already in the device, or in the chair. So I'm just gonna unscrew these. An odd fit of sanity, these guys decided to actually put the screws in the chair instead of making me sort through a bunch of packaging. There are a few screws in the package though. I'll set them aside. And then this is marked. It says front right here. So I'm going to put it on. And the nice thing about the screws already being in here is you don't have to hunt for possible missing or what's the other word? Not uncovered holes, which I've had to do in other ones. Sometimes you gotta like poke a hole for these. This means the hole's already there, and you know where it is. Kind of useful. I'm gonna pop out this. So I can screw these in a little bit tighter. again, I do them corner to corner, and I tighten them down a little bit before I go in there and give it a final tightening. There we go. So everything's nice and even. And I'm torquing them down. Don't be too ridiculous with this. Don't use an air tool. All right, there we go. On to step 3. All right, here's step 3. Take a look at these guys right here. They're in the package. They're not given a number, so see that? These will go here. So I'm gonna do that right now. And same thing as the last step. The screws are fortunately already pre-mounted for you. And they don't give me a lot about which way these go. And it doesn't show you which way the, if you look, these are a little bit different from each other. I'm gonna assume that this the horizontal cut instead of the vertical cut goes in the back. I'm just gonna assume that. So we'll try that and see how that works. I'm guessing that's so you can adjust the angle. And again, it's not a wise idea when you're assembling these to use power tools for it. Just do this one by hand because you don't want to strip anything. Come on. And I suppose you could do that to get this out, but here we go. Now, if you're following along with the instructions, you'll notice that they show the footrest sliding in on this step, but they don't cover locking it down in this step. So I'm going to just do all that in step 4. And notice I'm using a different Allen wrench now. Go. I'm just gonna get these. Actually, now I know why they did that. I'm gonna go back on that. They did that because when you're tightening this, notice I'm not tightening this all the way. This is when you might need to adjust this left or right. Okay, I got that. That's good enough. Okay, so right at the end, you know what though? You can't, okay, so I'd have to tighten these in. If I was going to adjust it, I'd have to adjust it with this out because you can't get to them when it's in there. So I'm definitely gonna have to do it this way. And I'll center that. And just assume I've got it right. If it feels a little bit off, let's see. I can adjust it afterwards. It's nice that they have the adjustment there. And that feels pretty good. Move this one just a little bit. Just a touch. Come on now. Be a good sport. There we go. Pinch that a little bit. There we go. And we're off to step 4. All right, step 4 is pretty simple, but note that it does use part number 20. 2 of them. And they're the little rings that hold things together, so I'm just gonna, there we go. And this is actually generally how I've seen this done. So you just push this in, and right here on the end, I'm gonna zoom in for a second. There we go. Right here on the end, I am placing this little ring. It just stretches over. There we go. And then the same thing on the other side. And that is step 4. On to step 5. All right, for step 5, we're going to attach the base to the back of the chair. So the seat part of the chair to the back of it. And yet again, the screws are in here, so you don't, oops, sorry. Let's bring that over there. The screws are already in there, so you can take them out and be ready to use them right away, as opposed to hunting for them. Make sure to take out all 4 first. So I'm gonna pull all 4 of these out. Thank you for using cloth. Ooh, I'm flipping you off. Thank you for using cloth right there. I appreciate that. It's a wear point, so it's nice that they put that in there because it's a little bit thicker than the PLU or whatever the heck you call it they used on this. There we go. Okay, all 4 are out. In the instructions, it specifies to use the control side first. So connect the control side first. And here we go. And don't worry, we'll flip this in a minute. Come on, you. And now they're lined up. Yet again, here, let's rotate this a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. Sorry, you can't see it perfectly. But again, you know, finger tighten this stuff first. Don't go torquing it till everything is in place. Again, I'm gonna have a hard time doing this because I cannot see it. And I'm probably gonna need to. Wait, I think I got it. All right. Now we're gonna do the other side. Notice that I have not completely tightened this yet. I'm gonna spin this around. There we go. And again, be careful of your floor. Okay. Don't wreck your floor to set up a chair. And make sure that's all lined up. Notice how I'm looking to see that both holes are lined up. There we go. And just finger tightening screw number 1. There we go. And number 2. I would say their assembly advice was probably pretty good there, as far as making sure to do the control side first. That's a good idea. There we go. Now I can start tightening these guys up. There we go. Again, hand tightening. Here's number 2. Needs to be tight, but not over tight. If you know what I mean, which you might not. All right, here's the other side. Back to this one. Watch how skilled he is with tools. I'll get a comment about that one. For sure. Mr. Fumblefingers. Here we go. On to step 6. All right, here is step 6. And we're going to be using screw number 13. Or E1 if you're looking at it upside down. But really, it's 13. And I'm gonna just get this guy out of here. That was very caveman-ish. All right, on the right side, I'm gonna use this cover. And on the left side, I'm gonna use this cover. So they are different. It's gonna be one of those days. There we go. And just kind of feel it out. And if I was smart, I'd have done this a little differently, but let's face it. Back to there. All right. And I can feel it. There we go. And again, carefully tighten it. Don't need to go gonzo. There. Okay, it's good. Turn it around, take a look at the other side. And again, notice I've got this down. I got that foam down. Protecting. And here's another one. They also did include extra screws, which is nice. This one I don't think snaps in either. Come on, get in there. There we go. And can you see this okay? There we go. Hope that helps. And made a mistake of not actually eyeballing this before I tried it. There we go. Good. And that feels pretty good. Okay, it's held on there. Next, we are on to step 7, which is one of the most fun steps in this process. Ready then. Like I said, this is the fun part. I get to put this onto the base. Eyeball it. There we go. Just fits right on there. On to step 8. All right, here's step 8, putting the arm on. And as you can see, pretty easy. Just line it up with the pegs and it's on. So the next part is I'm going to need to put it in with a bolt. And the bolt is part 16 and the washer, it's lock washer, that's part 17. And you just slide that on. And I'll do this one too. And as always, I say start by hand tightening it, because you do not want to strip it down. Boy, I'm gonna get a different angle for that. Hold on a second. There we go, much better. And I can't see myself, so I'll just make sure. Yep, we're good. All right, so this is now going on. We're almost done with this thing. Go. I'm not completely tightening it. In fact, I'm going to loosen that up a little bit until I have both on and fairly snug. we go. Now I'm tightening that one. And this one as well. Let's turn this guy around. Same thing on the other side. And this one I've already got the washer on. Again, if it doesn't feel right, don't be afraid to adjust it a little. There we go. What you don't want to do is strip anything or force anything. So if it feels like it's taking a bunch of force to do this, something's not right. Just reseat things and try again. There we go. And that's nice. Good. Feels nice and rigid. All right, next. All right, this is the 9th and final of the assembly steps. And this involves part number 15. It's simply just putting these little guys in here. And they're kind of rubbery, so it's an easy fit. Go. And push in a little bit. Overdid that one. There we go. Looking sporty. Alrighty, let's install the lumbar support. Note that it does have USB powered vibration on it, which is kind of nice. Okay, 2 straps. Run these through the top. Make sure they're straight. These 2 on the bottom, just push through the back. Turn around. Again, make sure they're straight. Don't let them twist. There we go. There's that. And then you can run this wherever the heck you want to run it. Through the back, whatever. Or you can just tuck it if you would like. There we go. Let's do the top one. And the top pillow is super simple. Unclip it, get the logo upright, or the name upright. There we go. Pillow installed. Today's gaming chair is Chia approved. I'm guessing because it's the same color as she is. All right, so let's look at controls. Right here we have the lifting and lowering mechanism. So basically, if I'm not sitting on the chair and I pull this, it will go up. If I'm sitting on the chair and pull this, it will go down. It also has a lock function, so I can push it in and it will lock. Right here is the tensioner, And by adjusting this, you can make it easier to rock back and forth or harder to rock back and forth if you like it stiffer. I like it stiffer, so I keep it pretty tight. Of course, below right here, we have the footrest. And you just pull it straight out and then flip it. Then you can put your feet on it. And of course, if I would like to lean this back a little bit, I just sit like this and pull this lever here. And it goes all the way back. Nice. She says the wheels roll great. The lumbar pillow includes a vibration function. It just basically plugs into your USB port. There's no on or off, so whenever your computer's on, it's on, if you have it plugged in, of course. It is probably the strongest one of these vibration motors I've ever felt. It's also fairly loud. Finn's really getting beat up by this thing. While the PLU has a textured appearance, it is absolutely and positively smooth. It's very smooth. So this is actually just a look, not a full finish. However, the stitching is real, and the same goes for this quilting. This is all real stitches in here, so it has pretty decent reinforcement. It's also fairly thick when you pinch it. Oops, sorry. Gotta show you it. Fairly thick when you pinch it. And I've let my cats at it for about a week now, and I haven't seen any appearance problems with it, so it appears to be okay. The seating area of the chair is about 20 inches across and 22 inches deep, if you don't count this. This chair is unusually comfortable. It's fairly stiff, but because this PLU is smooth, it feels just really soft. It really does feel good to sit in. And that about wraps it up for the Dowinx 6689 gaming chair. This is among the best looking chairs that I've covered on this channel. It really looks great in person. And my wife has already stolen it for our kitchen. She has an office in the kitchen, and she has a really garish gaming chair that I gave her, and it looks kind of out of place there. So this, with its much kind of classier look, is going to fit in there really well. If you like classy, you'll definitely like this. It's a very comfortable chair. You can hear the PLU when you move a little bit. So if that bothers you, that might be a problem, but the mechanics don't make any noise. It feels really pretty durable. Again, not much to complain about, except for the lumbar support vibration function is really loud, and it doesn't have an on-off switch, at least not that I've found on it. It is, however, a very strong motor, which is a plus, because some of them vibrate only just a little bit. You can't really feel it. This one you can definitely feel when it's running, but I'm not going to run it because you could absolutely hear it in this recording if I was. Anyway, if you are interested in this chair, I've got a link to it down below. You can use the code Retr0Rob for 12%. Hey, Editor Rob here. That's $12 off, not 12%. Sorry about that. But yeah, all in all, I like it. Nice looking, feels good, decent construction, and oh, by the way, some of the best instructions I've run into on one of these chairs. Alright, I want to thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please do me a big favor, give me a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in a couple days. Bye!